Hey guys, welcome back to the video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. In the spirit of this grey and horrible English day, I will bring out the negativity once more and focus on a few things that I hate about the Ducati 848. But instead of riding and telling you, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to hopefully kind of show you what I mean, because it's going to be able, you're going to be able to see it a little bit better rather than just seeing the front of the bike. So let's pull over and I will have a pleasant dialogue with you all about things that annoy me about this bike. Okay, here we are. Quiet Village Hall car park. What better place to film a video and talk about the bike? So the first thing I want to focus, as some of you who watched my previous videos may already guess, is the ergonomics of the bike. And I'm going to actually touch into some of the things that I've sort of come to terms through owning a bike now for 4 years and realising myself rather than just watching other videos, and some of the things I've picked up on. So let's quickly jump on. I think I want to show you just as I'm sitting here, the biggest thing really. So I think the biggest problem is if you look at how narrow, and let me get the phone out of the way so it's not stopping our conversation. One of the things you can see is, look how narrow my hands are. So hopefully you can see it and the GoPro is zooming out enough, but effectively what would be a lot more helpful is if my hands were out here. That will already create less strain and pressure on my wrists, and overall that kind of front facing body sort of angle, which, look, even just so, this is pretty much where you'd be on the naked. This is kind of where you'd be on a super adventure, and this is where I am now. Now I get it, it's a sport bike, but it's still one of the things that annoys me the most, just how forward and aggressive it is. And that stops me from being comfortable, being able to ride this bike on long rides, but B, also it always puts me into an aggressive feel when attacking corners or going into corners, and it feels like it's a detriment when you're not on a track. So that's the number one thing, I guess, as part of the ergonomics package. Now the second thing is actually I'm going to include in this is the windscreen. Now people will go, oh, you're in a sport bike, you can, tuck under. Yeah, fair enough, you can do that for about 10 seconds, but it's not very comfortable and you look like a pillock doing it. So when I'm on motorways and I'm riding or A roads and I'm riding above 70 miles an hour, it's not very nice, because what this screen is doing is pushing all the air here straight onto the top part of my chest and into my face, my helmet. And again, when you're going quick, it's absolutely brutal. So on a adventure bike, or on a naked, you may be able to, naked with a slightly longer screen, you may be able to chill at 80 or 90 for example, versus here I can't really chill at that speed. If I'm chilling, it has to be around 60 miles an hour. So that's number 2. Number 3 is I actually want to show you it's my legs positioning. So give me 1 second. So this is what I want to show you guys. Look at this. Look how this is the kind of third thing that I just wanted to focus on, but look at the position of my knees when the bike is kind of standing straight up. Ideally what I would want is those pegs to sort of drop down about an inch or two, and it'll just give me such better position and more breathing room. I mean, you can see that my knee is literally tucking and hugging the top side of the tank here, or the side of the tank, and it just puts so much pressure on your legs. And at times I've had to literally be like this, and I can feel it cramping right here. And when you're even wearing trousers like these, that are sort of I guess you would call them what kind of adventure trousers with padding and reinforcement, they're so stretched and tight that I just can't find a good size, because I'm constantly like this, and it puts pressure on the back of my knee and here on my hips as well. So that's the third element, I guess. Okay, so that's the ergonomics sort of ticked off. And the other major thing about this bike is the fact that you've always got to be in the right gear. And there's two things that I mean really by that. One of them is, if you're, and I think it's the way that the bike is sort of spec'd out and the engine particularly on it, but if you're kind of approaching a corner and let's say you're in second but you're going, or let's say third but you're going kind of 25 miles an hour, the bike is really not going to like it coming out of that corner or even going into it. You're going to feel like sort of that drop in revs in the engine, sort of struggling a little bit. Whereas if you compare it to the Yamaha MT-10, for example, cross-plane engine, there's just such a difference in the way that the engine can cope with different rev limitations on it. So that's one aspect of it. And the second part is first gear is pretty much horrible. You know, anything at below 20 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour, it's painful. Got to rely on a lot of clutch control. The bike just doesn't like it, and yeah, it just wants to be revved up, you know, higher. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today, really. Ergonomics and the breakdown within each of those, and also the supposed gear and the way that the bike is set up from an engine perspective. What I could have touched on, but I don't think they're really that negatives, are the petrol situation. As you all know, miles per gallon and overall tank range isn't the best, but it's a super bike, so I've come to accept that. I've not come to accept the uncomfortableness of it, because I've ridden others and they're way more comfortable, so that's one. And reliability, I could have touched on it, but actually, do you know what? I've had this for 4 years and not that much has gone wrong. Touch wood. So really, apart from the battery, which struggles during the winter times and really should be kept on a trickle charger, it's not the end of the world and I can deal with it, given the bike is now 18 years old? No, sorry, it is 15 years old, which is wild, because it still looks like it belongs on the streets today. So, a little bit of a different video today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have appreciated kind of taking a look around the bike. And you will see, hopefully, my next video will be the positives, and fingers crossed, it'll be slightly better weather, so I can give you all the good things that this bike has to offer. So stick around and see you guys on the next video. Peace.